Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be explaining how to use the website Kahoot, which is basically a website or an application where you can make different quizzes and different things like that to be able to use during lesson plans. Um, Excuse me while this loads. Okay, here we go. So in Kahoot, this is the homepage, and so you would log in um, using your own logins. And once you do, and so after you do that, you can create your own Kahoot. And from here, you can do obviously a quiz, a jumble, a survey, a discussion, anything like that. Personally, I think that doing quizzes is the most effective thing to do in the classroom setting. So you click quiz, then you can do the title of your quiz, and a little description about like what's going on and what's going to be in the quiz, different things like that. So for the example today, we can do MLK Day. Since that's coming up, language would be English, of course. Right now, since we're just making it, it would be visible to myself only. And we say, okay, go. Oh, excuse me, sorry, we had to add a description. So we'll MLK Junior Day quiz. And the selected audience would be school. So then as we begin our quiz, we could add questions. And so you could add different questions and then time limits for each question. And then you would mark you do all the answers and then select which one would be correct after you do that. And then once your quiz is finished, so you could do a question of where is MLK from? And then list the different answers. So you could say Georgia, Florida. And say you just left it with those two. You can say he's from Georgia. Click next and then move on. And so you have that first question on there. And then you do the same thing for all the different quizzes or all the different questions. Then once all those questions are done and completed, you can click save and it saves your quiz privately. And so then if you wanted to like do an example and show how to do it, you could say play it. And it's loading. Got it. Okay, so we'll play with classic one device. And then it's ready to join. And you would enter the Kahoot number for your students to play. And then once everybody goes through and enters their game pins, you click start and the next question will pop up. So that's a little bit about how that works. There's also available options when you go to the Discover page for different quizzes that are already made by people who have shared their quizzes with the website. And so like different examples would be for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is kind of like the example that I just did. Obviously, there's the moon phases, different things like that. Guess the city, and there's 14 questions. And obviously, there's tons of different quizzes you can choose from that are already made, or you can make your own quizzes. I think that making your own quiz is great for lesson planning. So once you go through the day and you teach your lesson, you're going to be teaching, and you have maybe those I can statements where you're saying, I can complete this by the end of the day. You can quiz them on those and quiz your students on what you learned throughout the day just as a reminder. So that's a little bit about Kahoot. I definitely, as a middle grades education major, I plan on using Kahoot a lot. in my lesson planning and in quizzing my students every day for little maybe pop quizzes that wouldn't necessarily be for a grade, just to test and see where my students fall in understanding the topic that we're talking about that day. So thank you.